Well, Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. This is the weekend. For this weekend, we have turbo reliability testing the same day than the British Grand Prix starts. I think it's the only upgrade, but as you know, in the previous Grand Prix, we have big upgrades. They work really well. Unfortunately, my teammate could not finish the race. He has a mechanical issue. But in general, the game, the weekend was really nice, and I was very competitive. Let's see in Silverstone, that is a bit different track. But let's read the messages first. Okay, from my engineer, here's where we think our performance currently sits in the picking order. The other teams are constantly bringing upgrades to the table, so in a few races time, this list could look very different. We need to make sure we keep on top of our own R&D as well. Well, this is something we were discussing a lot. We still be in the fifth fastest team. Not sure if this weekend in Silverstone, Aston Martin can be ahead of us again, because we are constantly passing each other in the performance race between Williams and Aston Martin for the fifth fastest team. Also, RB and Haas and Alpine. I would say now the bottom six teams, we are really close each other, really close each other. So let's see. Move on to the specialists of the weekend. This weekend we have 4 available. Let's start with the manufacturer expert. We are in level 1. We have unlocked the first perk, and for this weekend we try to fight to try to get close to the level 2, that will give us a better upgrades failure chance reduction 20%. So let's go for it. The goals available: complete the weekend with no more than 3 collisions with other cars, or drive 330 kilometers during the race weekend. Let's do this one, no collisions. The wind tunnel not available. Power unit consultant in level 1 as well. We're starting the race to reach level 2. Goals: achieve 4 purple sectors during the race weekend, or reach a speed of 323.48 kph during the race weekend. I think let's select this one because purple sectors not easy for me. Material fabrication planner level 1 as well. Chasing level 2. Goals: stress test any tires to above 32% wear during the weekend, or perform 300 gear shifts during a single session. Well, I think both are easy, I think, but let's set the tire one, the tire 32% wear during the weekend. And quality assurance tester level 1 as well, fighting for level 2. Goals: spend over 50 seconds in 5th gear during a race weekend, complete any 2 sessions without using a rewind. Okay, I don't use rewind, so let's put this one. And the strategy analyst, that is the most interesting department for me, in my opinion, is not available this weekend. So I think this weekend we have not the 30% extra resource points rewards by completing practice programs. But anyway, it is what it is. Driver details. As always, actually 71 in ratings. We increased 1 point from last week. Target 75 is looking good. This is the half of the season exactly, race 12, and we all just need 4 points more in the rating. So I think it's possible. In recognition, things goes really well, ahead of Alex constantly. We have 4 perks unlocked. Let's try to fight for more in the future. And let's go accolades. Accolades, interesting, guys, this section, because in Austria we qualified in P2 again. That meant our 6 top 5 qualifying performance in this season. So we have 6 of 10. So I think it's possible, if we achieve 4 more top 5 qualifying positions, we can achieve another collide. And I think it's really possible, guys. Seeing my performance in this game in qualifying, I think I can achieve 4 more top 5 finishes in qualifying before the end of the season. Top 10 finishes, the same. We have 7 top 10 finishes in 11 races, so we need just 3 more to achieve another accolade. That are big points, big points for increase our ratings. So I think it's possible as well. The championship point, we achieving 50 points. Obviously 500 points we cannot achieve that. podium finishes, I have one, but I will not get 10 podiums. At race starts, I only do one season per game, so I can only complete for 24 races, and to achieve that quality I need 25. So we can fight for these two. I think it's possible to reach them, but sure. Rivalries. Okay, first, my teammate rivalry. It's looking really good, even better after the Austrian Grand Prix. EDNF, did not finish the race. I finished 6th, so more points for me. 69 points against 4. Alex needs to score much more points. I was saying that a lot of times. Qualifying results, I beat Alex in Austria as well, so 9-2 actually. Podium finishes 1-0, the podium I achieved in Saudi Arabia. Highest qualifying position first, pole position in Monaco. 5th for Alex. Race results, I beat also Alex in Austria, 8-3 actually. And best finishing position, 3rd for me in Saudi Arabia, 9th for Alex. So I'm winning in every single department. So, and I think at this point of the season, maybe sounds a bit arrogant by myself, but I think I will beat Alex in every single area because of the differences. At least Alex achieves some kind of second place in a race, or or a podium maybe. He can match me in some departments, but in race result, qualifying result will be very difficult, and in championship points as well. So I think I will beat him. Championship rivalry. This is very interesting because, as you know, my championship rival is Lewis Hamilton, something that is crazy and unreal. But the thing is that in the last race, Hamilton retired as well with some kind of engine issue, and I finished in 6th. So basically, we have a race to achieve 110 points. Obviously, Hamilton should be able to do it much earlier than me, and I'm not sure if I will finish the season with 110 points as well. So this battle looks still looking really unreal. I know I will lose it, but it's fun that after the last race, I'm not so far still. But obviously, as I said, I'm not sure I will be able to achieve 110 points, and even earlier than Lewis. So probably will beat me. And in this rivalry, I don't know why this is repeating again constantly. I beat again higher. It is the second time I gain higher in the ratings. But I don't know why this rivalry is not over and still being shown in the panel, because I won the rivalry. We had to reach 71 ratings. I did it. So yeah, I don't know why it's been shown still, because I won it. Rivalry won. You can see here. So probably I would like to to complete or to eliminate this rivalry. I would like to receive a new rivalry with another driver in the ratings. But anyway, this is how things looks in this in the rivalries. Move on to the rating graphs. Let me drink just a bit of water. Obviously, after Austria, the ratings increase a lot. I mean, experience a lot. I finished the race, everything. Racecraft, the blue line, also increased a bit because it's true that I lost 4 places from my starting position, but still been a very good result. So increase a bit the line. Awareness, the orange bar, no collisions, no warnings, no DNFs, still increasing. Pace, that reflects the speed in qualifying and margin to fastest lap. Qualifying, I finished P2. I think 1/10 and a half behind the pole position, so that's why the pace increased. On my fastest lap, I don't remember how far I was from race leader, but in the average probably. So the pace is still increasing, and the focus, that is the area where it's difficult, more difficult to progress, at least for me, especially last year, because you have to perform constantly over your the expectations that you have, considering the car you have. In this season I'm doing it constantly, but in the weekends where I was not able to perform as the car should to perform, you can see in the lines, the graph, how I was losing a lot of rating in that regard. So it was like I had massive highs and downs, even, you know. But in Austria, you can see the line how much I increased. Let's see if we can continue in this trending. As I said, this is the area where I want to do better, and for the moment, I think we are doing a very good job. Well, rating comparisons, not much to say here. R&D, move on to the most important part. We have a lot of points this weekend. 1,203. I think it's the weekend when we have most of the season. Before to do that, in progress, actually, I have the energy store. That's a very important upgrade. I explained it a lot of times why this energy store improved materials is so important for me, because it's the only part of the power unit that probably I will have to take care most, because probably if not, I will have grid penalties at some point for exceeding the number of energy stores usage. But if I'm able to increase the reliability enough, maybe I can save a grid penalty in the future, having a very, very good reliability in energy stores, because we only have 2 per per season, as you can see here, and the second one is in 18%, but the first one is in 71%, and from 50% onwards, you have to use a new one, especially in qualifying and race, because you start to lose capacity in the batteries. So that's why it's so important for me to improve this energy store that will be complete after the British Grand Prix. Unfortunately, it's not able for this race. And Alex is improving 2 things. One of them should be ready for Silverstone this weekend. The turbo durability, let's see, is another important upgrade. And after the British Grand Prix, rear wing upper flap. Also a major upgrade in aerodynamic. Let's see if we can have it before the Hungarian Grand Prix. So what we can do in this weekend? Let's see. We have a lot of points. We can, for example, we can improve the front wing end plates. That it's another major upgrade. We can improve also the monocoque structure. That is a major upgrade in the chassis for weight reduction. Also, we can complete the stators. I think that increase or adds additional energy to the battery. Very interesting upgrade, to be honest. Also, the AQ. That's improve the fuel efficiency. Very interesting as well. Both very interesting upgrades. And in durability, as I said, there's something that fell here. Ice reliability. Something Albon has to improve. I'm improving the energy store. So, wow, I'm thinking in 2 ways. ERS upgrade is important. Hello, Mamadi. Welcome. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I was thinking the same. We have 2 ways to do that. I mean, we can improve aerodynamic. That should be very important area where we are. Actually, we are in a very good position, as you can see in the graph. But also we can improve chassis and weight reduction. That is very important. In chassis, we are a bit far away. But as you said, Mamadi, powertrain and ERS improvements should be very useful, the EQ, because, no, the EQ, no, the stators, because that means a lot of things. That means we can use much more energy in race, in quali, in a more efficient way, and energy here is vital in some points, in some circuits, to have a good pace, to defend, to attack. So I'm thinking we can improve these stators, and it's a very cheap upgrade. It's just 322 points. So I'm thinking this weekend to improve the AQ and the stators, because also the fuel is very important. I'm very good saving fuel, but if we increase or improve the AQ, we can have a much better fuel efficiency, and in that way to put much less fuel in race than the other drivers, and in that way to go lighter. And lighter you are, faster you go every lap. You gain a couple of thousand of the second per lap. So I think this weekend, let's improve these 2 things, guys. Can give us. It's not an they are not upgrades in terms of pure performance, but they can give us a lot of things in the future. So let's improve the status. We can RAS, but and we can have this ready before the Belgian Grand Prix. That is a track where it's very important energy. So it's I think it's probably the best part of the season to improve this in this area. So let's RAS. We're still having 881 points, and as I said before, let's also improve the AQ for a better fuel efficiency. We can RAS as well, and to have this before the Belgian Grand Prix. So done. These two upgrades can put us as the best team in powertrain, and very important before the Belgian Grand Prix. In the Belgian Grand Prix, we can have these two massive upgrades for me, not in terms of performance, but just in terms of a strategy and an improvement in a lot of areas of the car. We're still having 421, but let's save these points for the next weekend. And basically, this is what we want to improve for the next week. Looking forward to it. Very two important upgrades, guys. Move on now to the vehicle. As you know, now we are using a non-engine for practice 1 and practice 2 and practice 3. So let's put the number 1 engine that is in 66, the turbo that is in 65, starting to be really old. Energy store, let's use the first. The heat, let's use the second, because the second is just in 32%, and I have two more. So I think in heats, I think we are really safe. Now from now to the end of the season, if we have not any kind of reliability issue. And in kinetic, I think we are very safe. We can use the second one that is in 4%. So we have no big troubles here. And gearbox, as we have one per race, let's use a new one. That's the best thing this weekend or this season. We have almost unlimited gearboxes. So move on to the tire allocation. Okay, wow, this is very important, guys, for Silverstone. Silverstone, as you know, it's a super fast circuit where energy you put in the tires is really high, tire wear is very high, and this weekend we are not using the hardest selection of tires. We are using the C4, C3, and C2. That is a medium range, to say in some way. That means the C4 tire here is not so soft, and in the previous weekends that we were using the C5 and even the C6. But for Silverstone, even can be a bit softer, especially for race. The C2 tire can be a good tire for this weekend. But I think the C3, the medium, maybe is the best. In Austria, it was the best tire, I have to say. Here I have doubts about which tire will be the best for race. If the hard or the medium, because as I said, the tire wear is really high here. Maybe the hard tire is the best one. Especially because it's not a C1. C1 that is a terrible tire, super hard, too much hard. But here is the C2, so maybe the hard tire is the best one. Obviously, if we have no rain. Let's see, Silverstone is probably one of the races where it's much more possible to have rain. Last year we have, I think, rain during the whole race. We were on inter tires. So I think this weekend, guys, I will place harder, and I will save 2 sets of hard in case we have a dry weekend, because I had the feeling the hard tire can be the best one this weekend. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have that feeling. Obviously, I will sacrifice one soft tire for qualifying, but let's play thinking that the hard tire is the best tire. So I think in Austria it was not necessary because we only did one stop. The idea in a dry race is to do one stop, but this is something we have to discuss later on in Sunday, and we have to see the weather forecast as well before thinking in a strategy for race. And finally, before to go to the driver standings, move on to the before to go to the Grand Prix weekend panel, move on to the standings. And as you can see, after the 6th place in Austria, I am still in 8th place, but Hamilton DNF allow us to be just 8 points behind Hamilton. It's unrealistic, it is. I'm not thinking to finish ahead of Hamilton at the end of the season in points. It's crazy to think in that because Hamilton should be at least at the same level that Leclerc with 127 points. So, but I think, as I said at the beginning of the season, our mission, at least my mission, is to finish in 8th place. I think it's possible. Antonelli is in Mercedes, but Antonelli is not performing well. And we have an advantage actually of 37 points over Antonelli. So I think it's really possible finishing ahead of Antonelli at the end of the season. Remember, that's the seat. The seat I want for F126 game is that Mercedes seat. And for the moment, we are doing a very good season. Alonso is my other rival, I think, this season with 38 points. Remember, he finished 7th, just behind me in the last race. So I only scored 2 points more than Alonso in last weekend. We have a big gap still, a gap of 31 points, but I'm sure Fernando will get much more points in the future. So I think our battle this season is against Alonso and Antonelli for P8. For the moment, it's looking good, but I'm sure I'm expecting these two drivers can get much more points in the second half of the season. In constructors, after my points, we have even much more advantage with Aston Martin, but Aston Martin finished with both drivers on points. No, or not? No, I think only finished Alonso, but in the previous race they did. So probably Aston Martin will be our rival for P5. The gap still being big. It's actually 32 points, but it's not a gap that is, conclusive or let's say, it's finished. I mean, the battle is still on. So we have to still scoring points, and that's why I need Alex. That only have 4 points, guys. It's terrible the amount of points Alex have. He really need to score points soon. I need it in the battle for P5 with Aston Martin. Well, in the leading Red Bull with a lot of points over McLaren, not so much points, and then is a battle for third between Ferrari and Mercedes. In the driver standings, we see now Verstappen. It's incredible. It's so consistent, guys. Lando is being very consistent as well, but it's not winning races as Piastri. Piastri since Japan, since Bahrain, he was not in the podium anymore. So, I mean, both McLaren drivers are not doing the season they should be. They have the fastest car, and Verstappen is doing better. Just start is happening now in the final races of the real season in 25. So if Norris or Piastri wants to have some kind of chance to fight for the championship, they need to score wins and 1-2s in consecutive races, and Verstappen probably needs a DNF or something. If not, I think Verstappen will be champion this season. It's 88 points gap with Norris, and I don't know how much with Piastri, more than 100 points. So let's see. If they don't score points, big points and wins in the second half, probably Verstappen will be champion. So he has won 6 races now. Then it's Russell, that is completing an incredible season, super consistent, just in real life. Worst results in 6th place. He has won 2 podiums, I think, in Saudi Arabia and Monaco. 128 points. And just one point behind is Leclerc, that has won 2 races this season. The problem of Leclerc is that these 2 DNFs that cost him a lot of points, but it's just 1 point behind Russell. Great season. And in the last 6 races, 2 wins, 2 second places. The problem is that he's very inconsistent. He also have 2 races without points and 2 DNFs. Then it's Tsunoda, that is completing a good season considering or comparing it with the real one. 1 win in Monaco, One podium in Australia as well. 104 points. Considering Tsunoda in Red Bull, great season. And then it's Hamilton, our rival, with the DNF in Austria, and our 6th place in Austria. We are getting close. And my results, I have to say that maybe this weekend I can do something that I never did in this season and I really wanted, that is to score points in 3 consecutive races. I scored points in Australia and China, but then I had that Japan race and that incident with Duhan that cost me points. Then we have the 5th place in Bahrain, 3rd place in Saudi Arabia, but we had the terrible race in Miami. That probably was my worst race in terms of performance, along to Imola. These 2 races were very bad. And then we scored points in Monaco, not in Spain. I would be able to score points in Spain, but I had that accident as well that cost me the points. And then in Austria and Canada and Austria, we did 2 great races. So if we score points in Great Britain in the British Grand Prix, we can score points for a 3rd consecutive race. As I said before in last weekend, I want to score points in every single weekend, at least in the next 5-6 Grand Prix before Singapore. I think all these tracks can be very good for us, and in most of them I'm really competitive. So probably Sambor is the most difficult one, but in the rest, or Azerbaijan can be difficult as well. It's not a track that I'm really good at, but I think we have car enough or good car to score points in all these races. Alonso is just behind me. As you can see, Alonso in the last 4 races, he scored points in all of them. 8 in Monaco, 4 Spain, 10th Canada, 7 in Grand Britain. That's why it's my rival, guys. It's my rival because of that. It's in a very good trending now, and I think it will be very strong in the rest of the season. Let's see Antonelli. Antonelli at some point, I think he will get a good result in the Mercedes. And then it's Ocon, for me, as I said, with Russell, the most consistent driver of the season. Worst result was achieved in Austria last race, 12th place. The rest is 11th and below, and even better. And 19 points in a Haas, that is the 2nd worst car, so great. And fastest lap in Austria. Then it's Gasly with 12 points, Lawson 5, Hülkenberg that has no points, scored points in Austria and also in Canada, so it's scoring points in the last 2 races. Look, that is awakened now after a long period of very bad races. Albon in its points, only scored points in 2 races and 1 sprint. And the DNF, probably in Austria was in a position to score points, but another DNF, guys. Let's see if he can score points. Stroll only 3 points, terrible. And then it's Bortoleto with 2 points. And finally, it's Hajar and Berman and Duhan, the only 3 drivers without points. Let's see if they are able to score points in the future. Finally, the trophies. Well, this is the season and the stats. After Austria, my average finish is still in 9th. In the average grid, they're still in 6th, but probably improve a bit because I qualified in P2 and I finished P6. Kilometers driven, we are really close to drive 7,000 kilometers this season. And we have reached 1,000 laps driven. So crazy, but that's the point. Guys, after seeing all of these things, move on to the Grand Prix weekend, the British Grand Prix panel. Let's see if we have this new upgrade. No, fail. Okay. We have to improve that upgrade. It's not a major or big, very important upgrade, but it's interesting. Tire allocation, as you know, as we saw before, harder. Let's play harder. But maybe this is useful because it's a wet weekend. Let's see if we have our first proper weekend, wet weekend, or wet race, to say in some way. We have some practice sessions this season in rain conditions, in Austria, for example. And as I said, thank you so much, guys, by the way, to all people on the chat, on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you for staying there, guys. I hope to see you in the practice now, in the practice sessions on Twitch. Here we go. Okay, I'm seeing the panel. A lot of rain, but I think in qualifying and race, no. So, classic Silverstone weather, but I think once again no rain in qualifying race. Let's confirm that here. This is the data for this weekend. We have 2 sets of hard, 3 sets of mediums, and 8 sets of soft tire for this weekend. The event number failed. This is an important update, so I'm looping in everyone. We have been having issues with some of our equipment in the factory for the last week or so. The numbers we have been seeing in the test post fabrication haven't even been in the ballpark of our design estimates. We are confident that we've corrected the issue, but there's no salvaging anything we already had in the pipeline. We have a major problem in production, and all the parts due this weekend have failed. Go into the R&D screen to order their development. Okay. Fortunately, only failed the turbo durability. We have not more pieces in the factory to be developed this weekend, but seems we have a major issue in the factory. This season is failing a lot of upgrades, I have to say. Most of the upgrades are failing in the first test, and this is something that didn't happen to me in the previous season. For some reason, our factory is not being really consistent. This is something we have to improve for the rest of the season. If not, some teams can leapfrog us or overcome us in the second half, and the competition in the bottom field is really tight, and if we lose momentum, we can lose a lot of performance, so we have to improve in that regard. Well, wow, interesting. Qualifying will be cloudy, but in race it will not be raining, but it will be overcast the whole race. That can help for tire temperatures and tire wear, so because the track temperature will be lower on overcast conditions. So that's interesting for race and for saving tires. As you know, I picked the harder selection, so we have 2 sets of hards for this weekend. But maybe with that situation in race, these clouds, that can make easier to manage, for example, the medium tires. So that's interesting. Finally, let's watch which teams have improved in this weekend. Looks that's actually okay. Aston Martin and us, we have not improved, but Alpine, as you can see in the blue line that is just above of the white line, Alpine have big upgrades here, and now actually they are the 7th fastest team, closing the gap with us and Aston. And Haas and Sauber, they have no upgrades this weekend. So, okay, the only team of the bottom 6 that have improved this weekend is Alpine. RB also have no upgrades, so basically Alpine drivers should be this weekend more competitive. Jack Doohan and Pierre Gasly, but we are still ahead of Aston and ahead of the rest by, let's say, good margin. So our natural position this weekend should be again 9th and 10th, but as always we can do a bit better and to be a nice surprise during the weekend, as we were in Canada, in Austria, and a lot of races this season. So things is looking good. Silverstone probably is not the track where we should to be more competitive, but it's a track that I really enjoy. I'm really good at, I think. So I think I can be in the fight, as of course. So by the way, at the top teams, Mercedes, big upgrades here. They close the gap with Ferrari. They are more or less at the same level, and also it's good for Antonelli. That is my rival in the standings. And Red Bull, I think, improve a bit. It's not visible, but I think they improve a bit. And they are really matched with McLaren, that is still being the fastest team. That is crazy. It's crazy looking for how it's going on the championship. How McLaren had the fastest car most of the season, and Verstappen is so much ahead of this Norris and Piastri. Verstappen is so good, not only in real life, in game. It's It's incredible. Remember that I will use an all engine for practice, as always, to save wear in the rest of the components. Now, finally, before to go for the practice session and to say goodbye to the people on YouTube, let's see the practice programs for this weekend. For practice 1, we have a rain. And practice 3 as well. That means the practice 2 session can be the most important. And also that can mean less track time for me, because I will not be running on rain on wet conditions, because qualifying and race will be on dry conditions. No sense. Let's finger crossed that this rain is not too much and it's no long in the time of these practice sessions. Programs for this weekend: ERS management. Oh, this is a program that a long time ago I do not complete. Tire management and race strategy as always. So probably in the practice 1 I will try to complete the ERS management, maybe tire management, and as always the race strategy program is the best thing is to use it or to complete in practice 2. Probably will try to complete on two different sets of tires to compare data between hard and medium. That here is very important. But yeah, these are the 3 programs we have programmed for this weekend, guys. So okay, that's everything is ready, and in just 10 minutes I will be racing on Twitch. So as always, people, if someone is on YouTube now, please guys move on to my Twitch account. DannyFloss1 is the username. There I will be completing today practice 1 and 2, and tomorrow practice 3 qualifying, and obviously the race. People that is on Kick, you can stay there. I will keep streaming on Twitch, except the race day. Race day only on Twitch, so please follow me on Twitch as well, people on Kick. And also people on Kick, don't forget to subscribe, and you help me a lot as a content creator. So you subscribe to my Kick channel. You also have the option to comment in the chat, as people is doing, like for example Mamadi, or also in YouTube. And I'm reading comments now. People on YouTube, as I said, guys, people on YouTube, right now, move please to Twitch and follow me there, because I will be racing practice 1 and 2 sessions of this weekend at Silverstone, one of my favorite tracks. Interesting weekend ahead. A lot of rain in practice. That's not good because quali and races in dry. But I can't wait to be driving. I will enjoy every single lap in this circuit since practice 1, because I really love this track. I super love Silverstone. Every lap is great. I remember the first day I test this game, that by the way it's uploaded to YouTube, was here, and I really enjoyed so much. I did so many laps. And now we have an entire weekend to do laps in this amazing circuit. So you know, I will use this weekend. I will live every moment on track as much as possible, because every lap will be a gift. Being driving on this track and on this game that is much better in terms of handling than the F124. So guys, it's time to say goodbye, people on YouTube. People that is actually on Kick and Twitch, don't move, please. Don't move, guys. Don't move anyway. People on YouTube, go to my Twitch channel right now, guys. It's time to say goodbye, to finish this live stream on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. Like Falonso2549, thank you for your comments as well. But now I'm on Twitch. So DannyFloss1, move there. People on Twitch and Kick, stay there.